across the Atlantic. Again.
We're live!
Again.
Oh, no,
We
we're
did
live!
it again.
Okay.
Play me in.
Play me in.
Live from Studio One at the Steel Cow Building, located in the heart of historic Wakefield Village, the home of Johnny Cakes and Ripley's Ice Cream. This is the Eden Show, a Greenhouse Entertainment production, and I'm Dan Shaker. Eden's guest tonight from Leipzig, Austria, is Alex CAROT, the inventor of soundtrack and the man with an 8-string bass. He will be playing Sounds Like a Song with our fearless leader, and we'll be singing Transatlantic for your listening entertainment. And now, here's Eden.
Hello, everybody. V. Gates. It's very good to see you. Thank you for tuning into the Eden Show at this special time. We're 1 hour earlier in the East Coast of the U.S. because our special guest stayed up past his bedtime to be with us, and we are very grateful. So this is my first ever transatlantic guest on the Eden Show.
Yes,
Hopefully
we've gone to the
not-
West Coast, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm so glad that he's on because now he gets to listen to me talk about all the things that are happening 5 minutes away from our house. You and I, Dan, have a very busy weekend coming up.
We do.
We have a lot going on. There's a lot of music happening right now. It's relatively safe. So we hope that tomorrow night, if you happen to be near Wakefield, Rhode Island, or in Rhode Island, you will come to the Pump House Piano Bar. That will be at Pump House Music Works in Peacedale. It's going to be with a full band. Joe Potenza on bass, Rick Kudo on drums, Ed Valley on guitar, me on keys. Come and bring your songs, and we will play for you live. What are you going to bring, Dan?
My 82-year-old aunt is in town for her 65th, high school reunion. And I'm looking forward to singing my Rosh Hashanah song, which is about the Passover dinners I had with her, and maybe a little homage to my dad, and maybe a little dance music. I'm going to do the whole gamut. It depends on how many people show up and how many songs I get to do. That's all.
Very good. If you're coming tomorrow night, let me know in the comments, please. And if you are watching, I'd like to know where you're watching from. So please put it in the comments. We can see your comments and put them up here on the chat. So, we're here in Wakefield, Rhode Island, nice little city in Rhode Island. And we know we're going out on a lot of different channels tonight. So thank you for staying up late if you're watching in Germany. Thank you for watching during your dinner hour if you're watching in the East. And happy breakfast to those of you in the West Coast. I don't know. It's not breakfast. It's like snack time for them.
Yeah, snack.
Okay, it's not breakfast. I don't know time zones that well. So other things that are going on, we have a lot of things going on. Our friend Jordan Becker is going to be doing a show October 17th at Pump House, the Jordan Becker Band. He's a mild-mannered pizza owner, right? He owns the Pier Pizza Parlor.
He's a kick-ass sax player.
And he's a kick-ass sax player and a guitarist and a really dynamic singer. So he is fronting a band, and we'll be performing on Sunday, October 17th at Pump House at 6 o'clock. There will be an open mic before his gig begins. So come and sing, have a great time, get a drink at the full bar at Pump House, and then watch Jordan tear it up. It's going to be fantastic. Tickets are available now at pumphousemusicworks.com. Let's see, what else do I have going on? I think those are the big two things. I got to look at my own list right here. Oh, you're also going to do the writing workshop that I'm hosting on Wednesdays in October?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking so forward to it.
I'm doing a songwriting workshop online, and we're going to use some of the technology that we're talking about tonight. So if you're in Germany, you can be part of it. If you're in Wakefield, you can be part of it. It's a lot of fun. So that's the writing workshop. It's songwriting workshop. Whether you've written a lot of songs or just a few, you're welcome to be part of it. Learn more about it at edencastile.com or send me a message. You know where to find me. I'm not that hard to find. I'm really looking forward to it. You have written a lot of songs.
I have. I'm looking forward to cranking a few more out in October. It's a really great opportunity. Anybody who's had any inkling, made up their own words while they're singing in the shower, while they're playing in their car, this is the way to polish them up. And he might even work with you to record them afterwards.
That's right. So, in the writing workshop, every Wednesday you're going to work with a different songwriter, pro songwriter, to develop how to write lyrics, how to write music, and when you're done, you will have songs on a sheet, just like the ones we're looking at right here. Ta-da! Lyrics and music that you can take with you to, say, an open mic at Pump House. How's that for convenient?
Wow.
I know. One-stop shopping. That's what you get with me. So I'm really excited about that. Maybe you're going to write a Christmas song. Christmas is coming. And you wrote a Rosh Hashanah song. You wrote a great heart, but yeah, that was a great song. So visit EdenCastile.com to get all the information about that. And now, I have the pleasure of singing in somebody who's become a good friend. So I'm going to give him a little bit of music about being in a different shore. Alex doesn't know this is coming. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me, and he's my guest tonight. I love that song. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Eden Show, Dr. Alexander CAROT.
Hello, everybody.
We are so glad to have you on. Oh my gosh. So you are live from Leipzig, Germany.
Right,
Yes.
but not from Austria, as Dan said, from
I'm so sorry.
sometimes Germany. But
There's a slight
Typical
difference.
Americans.
No, that's
Sorry, it's all
completely
over
okay.
there. It merges together for us Polish Americans. Sorry, my friend.
take it easy. Just wanted to mention.
Your English is so good, Alex. When were you in the United States?
That was 20 years ago. I spent about one semester at Stanford, but I was also on tour with the band, and that was a pretty intense time. So, yeah, it's of course I'm not a native speaker, but I can really express anything in English almost the same as I can in German.
I've heard you express a lot of swear words in both English and German. It's been great.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the true
thank
nature
you.
of tech, isn't it?
It's
That's
an
the true
art.
nature of tech.
Yeah, it's the nature of tech. It's how we do things. So, for those of you who are watching, why is Alex on the show? Yes, he's a great bassist and a performer, but he also invented what we are using to communicate right now and make music right now. It's an application called Sound Jack. And you can get it yourself if you want to. But we thought, what better way to demonstrate how wonderful Sound Jack is than to actually use it tonight. So even though we are, how many miles away did we decide we are? I have a picture of it. Ta-da!
Wow, great.
Oh yeah, I love the graphics. So over in Rhode Island, all the way over to Leipzig, I think it was something like 3,600 miles apart or 6,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
We can play pretty much in real time through Sound Jack.
Yes,
So,
we can.
I think we should probably demonstrate. So you want to
Yeah.
do caramel?
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
Caramel.
So just make sure that all the buffers are set the way we
Absolutely.
rehearsed that. Great,
Yep.
awesome. Okay, so if you're ready,
Ready.
I'm ready when you're. Okay.
Okay. It won't do to dream of caramel, to think of cinnamon and long for you. It won't do to fan a hidden fire, to stir a deep desire like it never burned true.
I know your name. I know your skin. I know the way these things begin, but I don't know. I would live with myself, what I'd forgive of myself if you don't go. delightful. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell me about that bass that you were playing, Alex. What is that?
It looks strange, but it's not, because if you only look at the lower 5 strings, it is a regular 5-string bass. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it has 3 additional strings on top. So a 6 string with 2 additional ones, and it is sectionized in 2 ways. So the lower 4 strings and the upper 4 strings can be split onto 2 output jacks. So I can send the lower ones to a bass amplifier and the upper ones to a guitar amplifier, or put an effect on the upper guitar strings. And if I do that, then I can switch from regular playing, as I did with Caramel, to 2-hand tapping style, and basically perform with myself, such as. That's the idea. So we can play the chords or stuff like this, like the. So melody. So it's just like a piano. It's like a piano player.
Amazing. Now, how long have you been playing bass?
I started at the age of 19, and now I am 47, so it's like something like 30 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah, a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So yes, thank you for watching and saying, yes, great job, wonderful, clap. Yes, we just played together even though we are 3,600 miles apart. I think that's pretty awesome. And we're live streaming it to you.
Yeah, we have it all.
We have it all. There's
Yeah.
a lot of tech going on here. Now, Alex, when did you create Soundjack?
It's not a specific date I created it. It is a.
It's not like on the feast day.
It
It should be a feast day.
well, it's basically work of 20 years. I started working that as a student project, and then it continued. I made my PhD in that domain, and I constantly developed Soundjack in order to bring it to the point where it currently is. However, I didn't invent the principle of remote music. That was Chris Schaaf from Stanford University, and that was actually the reason for coming to the States 20 years ago.
To work with him?
Yeah, exactly. And he inspired me to do what you see as Soundjack now. So there is some difference between the Jack Trip project that Chris Schaaf is doing and some other platforms, and I put all the features that are important for me and my musical life into Soundjack, and and those who have at least similar ideas or interests keep using Soundjack, which makes me very happy.
Mm-hmm. And like many people, you had a small group of people using it, and then March 2020 happened.
Yeah, so I can say thanks a lot to COVID, which sounds ridiculous, but it really is. It's for me, it's awesome. So before COVID, we had page views of 50 per day. So I mean, 50 page views per day, pretty fine. Small community, but not so small, 50 per day. And starting with COVID, it increased from one day to the next to 1,500 per day. Not kidding.
And
Yeah.
then, yes, and you began to develop it regularly. We all noticed that. And I was one of many musicians who was looking for a way to connect with other people online in the pandemic. We had all done Zoom meetings and things like that, but the problem is the latency. So how would you explain latency to somebody who's never heard that term?
Well, first of all, latency is a strange sounding word, but it's the same as delay. So I would explain it like if you see somebody clapping into the hands, you might see the hands moving together, but you hear the clap, for example, 1 second later. That means that there is a delay of 1 second between the hands coming together and hearing the clap audibly. And this is the same issue on the internet. If you transmit audio data, there is a specific delay or latency due to the speed of light, due to network components, and many, many other things. And what Soundcheck has done is it has reduced all these components to the practical limit, to have that delay as short as possible. It will never be zero, and especially till States we deal with the speed of light, so it's much smaller if I stay inside Germany, for example. However, as we see, we can somehow still perform together, which is just great.
It is wonderful. And so if we did the clap test, I wonder how far apart it would be. Dare I try? We try? Doing a clap of 8?
You want to clap now?
Yeah. Ready? Go.
So I typically do like, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, like, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I hear you and very close.
I hear you too, but looking at the screen, it's quite obvious that the latency of the broadcast video is
slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio's going faster, but that's really what we need as musicians. When we rehearsed for this, we actually didn't see each other half the time. And if you hear right now, I can hear Bernd.
Hello.
As well. Hello.
Yeah, there's
We
somebody.
can't see you, Bernd.
Okay.
So there is another person. He's the ghost in the machine. And he's in Cologne. And he's going to jam with us too. Because the only thing better than jamming with one person in Germany is jamming with 2 people in Germany.
And the only thing better than an 8-string bass is to add a second bassist. And every bassist in Rhode Island is going to be looking for 8-string basses now. Sorry, Marty. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, and my son.
And your son, he was quite impressed, yeah? But you
He
couldn't
was
talk
quite
to him.
impressed.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. So he every week I have somebody on. He goes, Mom, who was that? Yeah, okay, totally. So, but until Bernd comes in, let's sing another song. So,
Which one?
I would love to hear, should we do the Personal Jesus? Or do we wait for Bernd for that? Is he playing on that too?
I can play from the ghost position,
You want to play from the ghost position?
or I can join stream if you
I want
want.
to see you join the stream, Bernd. We got to see your beautiful face.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, there he is. Hello, band.
Ladies
Hello.
and gentlemen, this is Bernd Kuhl in Cologne. And he's
Hello.
a soundjacker. He also performs with groups all over the world using this technology. There are about 5 or 6 different connectors that we use, but tonight we're talking about soundcheck. So, but it's really fun. And last night, Bernd and I actually did some Gershwin together, and you can see that on my YouTube channel if you subscribe, so go do that. But right now, I'm going to feature the vocal stylings of my personal lawyer and MC.
Oh, thank
Dan
you.
Chaka is going to sing a Depeche Mode song with these 2 hepcats. Ready? Take it away!
Reach out and touch faith. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who's there. Feeling unknown and you're all alone. Flesh and bone by the telephone. Lift up the receiver, I'll make you a believer.
Take second best, put me to the test.
Things on your chest you need to confess.
I will deliver, you know I'm a forgiver. Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith. One more time. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares. Your own
Personal Jesus.
someone to hear your prayers.
Someone who's there.
Boom. here all alone, flesh and bone by the telephone.
Lift up the receiver, I'll make you believe.
Take second best, put me, yeah, things on your chest. I will deliver, you know I'm a forgiver. Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith. 2 more times. Reach out and touch faith. And the last time. Reach out and touch faith. Oh.
God, I love that song. Oh my God.
Yay.
Impossible music.
Impossible music.
Right. Depeche Mode is the universal language.
Covered by some greats, right? Johnny Cash did it.
Yes.
Marilyn Manson did an amazing version.
I don't know this. I only know the Johnny Cash cover. Okay.
Well, Alex, you sent me this list of songs that you normally perform. Are you gigging in Leipzig?
Sometimes here and there. I used to do that pretty much, but yeah, since family, kids and stuff, it's not really working this way anymore. However, well, thanks to Sanj, I can perform online, and that's great. So it keeps me busy playing. Yeah.
Quite. Right.
Yeah.
So between the four of us, right, we are all gigging, I think, just as much online as we are in person.
Yeah, it turned out like this. This is I had no idea. When I started working on that, everybody said, this is ridiculous, this will never work. And even if it works, who wants that? Who needs that? I want to smell the other musician. And I said, I'm not interested in smelling other musicians, quite honestly.
That doesn't pass the smell test. That's right.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I've done a lot of gigs this summer, and we've all been back in person. But every time I go to the gig and talk to the other musicians, we say, I can't believe we came back from the pandemic and we're doing this again. Like nothing has changed, right? You still have to haul your instruments out. You still have to deal with not getting paid very much. Really. I don't know how it is in Germany, but busking
It's exactly
is
the
hard.
same thing. And, well, yeah.
I've said to pretty much every musician, and this is reason 579,000 why I live stream. Because I'm sitting right here, I can have as much, bourbon as I want, and I can perform with people who I would never get to perform with otherwise.
Well, that was the initial idea of doing this, and I'm so happy that it now becomes real. So this is great, and I would not have expected that, and I was very pessimistic that after the pandemic it would probably go down to zero again, but this is not the case, I can really tell. So there are more and more people who integrate the whole thing into their daily structures, which is great. Yes.
It's true. And now I give a special shout out to Dr. Ian Howell at New England Conservatory. He wrote the definitive guide on how to use SoundJack. It is a free app. You can download it, you can install it on a PC or a Mac, and you can connect. So if you're interested in doing that, you can talk to me about it. I help music teachers get set up all the time, pro musicians and especially voice teachers or music teachers. If you're in a part of the country where things are beginning to shut down again or things are in flux, then this is something you should consider very strongly. Or if you're just a musician who wants to gig with some new people, you should totally do this. So, Bernd, last night you and I did Gershwin. We had a good time.
Yeah, actually, I would say I don't look at it as a substitute for live playing. It can be an addition. We did a hybrid concert. We had 4 people on a stage, and some people coming in on a TV screen. Yeah. And we will do this more and more, and we will make bigger projects with this. And there, I would say it's an artistic opportunity, because the whole planet has the same issue, yeah. And you can talk to people in Brazil or in Australia, and I collect continents. So yeah. So I want to have Africa and different parts of Asia, and I'm hoping to get China, but China is restricted. So let's see why. Yeah.
And there's so many wonderful musicians all over the world that are fun to play with.
Yeah, but you can go from music to theater.
Yes.
Yeah, or you work with dancers. Yeah, and yeah.
But what Bernd says is completely right. It is not supposed to substitute, not to replace the conventional style. You can completely combine it with anything else, and it must be considered an art form of itself. The technical requirements and the musical consequences must be clear to the user, and you can make something new out of it, and you can try to reproduce the conventional use case, but you can also go different ways. So it's a whole bunch of different opportunities, which makes it really interesting. If you're open-minded, some others, or many others still are not, and well, but we keep going.
That's why we're here tonight.
I have to tell the funny story that
Tell the story.
I was promised $100 for my participation in a concert in New York in end of October. $100 for being with a symphony orchestra. Yeah.
Wow.
And with me from Germany and somebody from Tanzania in East Africa and somebody from Korea. Not sure if it's going to happen, but that was the promise.
So you even get paid.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
maybe my first paid
Online gig, yes.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar. So, hey, by the way, if you would like to pay me for tonight, hell yes, you can tip me. buymeacoffee.com, Eden Castile, or you can Venmo. I would greatly appreciate it. So, yes, there's a huge possibility here for performers, for people to create new works with these hybrid. On the front of Soundjack, you have Jamie Cullum,
Yes.
right? So how long ago was that concert?
2 years ago. That was in London, June 2019. And he was performing in London in the famous Guildhall, connected to a pre-casted band in Birmingham and other singers in Bristol. And they were all connected via a 5G network. So this is basically the wireless future network that has so many opportunities that you can actually play live, just as with a high performance cable network. And it was just great. Everybody was blown away by that thing. And this is, I would say, the most famous artist that stands behind Soundjack and has used it successfully, even in an official performance like this. Yes.
I wonder if he's still using it to rehearse.
I don't think so, because he has still the conventional structure of performing. But we are in touch, and there are several activities we try to push further.
This is good.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting time. And I'm sorry that it took a pandemic to get us to this point, but I'm also glad that we have all pushed the ball forward so much. And this has been a dream come true for me to get to perform with whoever I want, wherever I want, and just sit here in my house and do it.
Yeah.
That's a dream come true. So let's play something else. What should we play? I think I want the Nana one.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I asked for this because I'm a basic bitch. But I wanted 99 Luftballons because the heart wants what it wants. And he laughed at me, and he said, okay. And then we agreed that we would do it in something a little more palatable, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll just do part of it to satisfy this urge I have.
So let's give it a try, I would say.
Okay. You're going to start with it? Okay, you go.
Hast du vielleicht etwas Zeit für mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Denkst du vielleicht grad an mich? Dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons. Und dass sowas von sowas kommt. 99 Luftballons. Auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont holt man für UFOs aus dem All. Darum schickte ein General ne Fliegerstaffel hinterher, Alarm zu geben, wenn's so wär. Dabei waren da am Horizont nur 99 Luftballons. 99 Düsenflieger, jeder war ein großer Krieger, hielten sich für Captain Kirk. Es gab ein großes Feuerwerk, die Nachbarn haben nichts gerafft und fühlten sich gleich angemacht. Dabei schoss man am Horizont auf 99 Luftballons. Da da da. You. I mean, play the lick.
Go, Bert!
Yeah. Kriegsminister, Streichholz und Benzinkanister hielten sich für schlaue Leute, witterten schon fette Beute, riefen Krieg und wollten Macht. Mann, wer hätte das gedacht, dass es einmal so weit kommt, wegen 99 Luftballons. Jahre Krieg ließen keinen Platz für Sieger, Kriegsminister gibt's nicht mehr und auch keine Düsenflieger. Heute zieh ich meine Runden, seh die Welt in Trümmern liegen, hab 'nen Luftballon gefunden, denk an dich und lass ihn fliegen. Hey!
Vielen Dank.
Gern geschehen. That was quite an experiment.
That was quite an experiment.
Yeah.
I don't know if we just made your career or destroyed it, but I thank you.
No, actually, you have to know that Nena is at the moment quite a controversy in Germany.
Oh yeah.
Because she was not obeying to the social distancing rules on concerts. Yeah, so she was encouraging everybody to stand up and throw away the mask and not follow the rules that she was agreeing on. Yeah.
You're not going to get 99 chances to survive COVID. Come on.
Not so. Yeah.
Just to mention it, you know.
All right.
For some reason, she is. She's following conspiracy theories, not only since COVID, way earlier, but nobody knows why. I still like 99 Luftballons.
Well, then if you think about the lyrics of that song, there could be a reason why she follows conspiracy theories, I guess. So, but that was really popular in the U.S. as well, and so thank you for indulging me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Oh, yeah, and Karen, my friend, says, Wunderbar, thank you, Karen, very much. And David Lau, who's a choir director in New Jersey who uses SoundJack, he also says, congratulations, and he just gave me a tip. Thank you, David. Greatly appreciate it. So I am going to make Alex and Bernd participate in Sounds Like a Song. So if you have a suggestion of a lyric you would like them to sing and perform, and we're going to make up a song on the spot, we're going to try to do this. So make sure you can put your lyrics here, put your lyric suggestion here in the chat, and we will pick it up and do what we can with it. So we're still operating. So we're using SoundJack. I'm looking at my milliseconds or so. We measure the speed in milliseconds, right?
Right.
And when it gets in the 30s or 40s or below, 40 or 30 or below, it feels like real time.
Well, it really depends. it's okay to mention a threshold of 25, actually, 25 milliseconds.
Okay.
However, if you perform real quick, it falls to probably 15 or even less. But that means you can really play synchronized rhythmical stuff in complete synchronization. But if you are above, it doesn't mean you can perform anymore, but then you can't really have a rhythm section distributed. Then you can, for example, choose the remote partner to take a solo part. Then the singer or the soloist will be more laid back, but it doesn't really harm it. It's still working. Or you can apply other ways. So yeah.
It's a different kind of performing, and it's
Yes.
okay. But we can still talk past each other. We can still harmonize. We can still hear each other. So
And I have to tell you the record. I compared all these platforms, and the record is held by Soundcheck because it can transmit 16 separate channels simultaneously, and I had it with 50 kilometers distance with 8.5 milliseconds. That's faster than the other platforms. Yeah. Just to tell you.
So Bernd and
Thank
I
you.
participated in a transatlantic soundjack performance. That's the reason I knew I could have him on my show tonight, is because he tested it first in Leipzig just a few weeks ago. He performed it was a government agency, is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he was demonstrating soundjack to his local community and invited different soundjack users from across the world to participate. So we called ourselves the Transatlantics, and we performed Caramel and a little bit of Leonard Cohen Hallelujah. And it was really, really fun to get together and perform.
Yeah, that was great. Especially since it was a huge audience and most people had no idea what would come, and they were quite impressed, I would say. Yes.
It is really good.
Yeah, and it was also an experiment because we had like 9 participants altogether, and therefore we decided to use a central mixing server that was located in Virginia. And that was also a different principle because now we are connected peer-to-peer, so everybody's connected to anybody. That gives lowest latency. And there we used the server, but we could see that despite using the server, we could still perform, and that was another proof of concept, which was great.
What would you say to somebody who is not sure they can do this? Bernd or Alex, what would you say?
It's a free country, not to use it.
Right.
But it's a free program. You can try it, and Alex is available for help. In fact, Alex, I have to tell you the one person that you did not know, but it's my brother-in-law, and you were on his computer trying to fix his Windows problem 8 months ago. Yeah, he's in my house right now.
Okay.
Alex was very helpful to help people get it going. So everybody should try it and not try it. That's my opinion. Yeah.
See, you can explain all the theory, and I think it requires 20 or 30 lectures to cover the whole topic. But you have to approach it in a trial and error manner. So just use it and see what happens, and then ask for help, and you will get it. That's for sure. So because you are the community, and it doesn't really matter to explain all the details. Most people realize while doing it where the effort is and why it works and why not.
I said I compared my role in soundjack to be like an evangelist,
Mm.
and Ian Howell was more like a bishop.
Yeah, that's a
And-
good way to put it. Yes.
Right. So he knows how to put it all together. It's a free downloadable guide at Ian Howell's website. All of that information will be available in the notes on YouTube after this episode airs. And it takes a little while to figure out. I had to watch your videos a few times. I had to read the soundcheck guide a few times. And then I had one friend, Wendy Jones, who worked with me and tested with me. But the first time we connected, and she was in North Carolina and I was up here, we were just stunned. It was so neat. And we just started playing, and we just kept giggling at how fun it was.
I heard of people
It's
that
good
were
for
actually,
giggling.
actually crying. Yeah.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes.
because people were pretty desperate during the pandemic, of course, and that helped. Yeah.
Yes. Ian is educating people at New England Conservatory how to use it as part of their music careers going forward. So I think that a lot of these low latency connectors will get used more and more. They'll just become more normal. They'll get a little easier to use. I won't sugarcoat it. It's not, sit down, install, and play right away. There's still some adjusting you need to do, and you need to know your own computer. I am not using terribly fancy equipment here. I'm using my iPhone as my camera. I have a Mac desktop. I have a router, and I have my my Ethernet plugged in. Yeah. So you can't use it with a phone, or you can't use it with a 5-year-old iPad. Just don't do that. But once you have that little bit of tech in place, you can do quite a lot with it.
And still, there is room for improvement, and we are constantly working on it. I mean, since I am using the project myself, I know where the issues are, so I'm kind of the developer beta tester in one person, and that helps in order to figure out what the user wants. And of course, this specific user group interested in Soundjack has specific demands. There might be other platforms that work for different communities, and you have to figure out what works best for you.
Actually, I am pushing Alex for months that he is implementing MIDI clock, and he will do it.
It is almost done. Seriously.
I see that. There'll be another way to connect. I like Soundjack so much, I actually made a video about it.
Yeah, I want to see it again. Can you run it?
I can't run it right now because I'm going to make you sing first. But you can look at it on my YouTube channel if you subscribe. So, yes, I made this last January with the help of Dr. Ian Howell and also Dr. Chelsea Whitaker, who played piano live for me. Ian recorded us, and I made a parody song to the tune of Gretchen am Spinrad, another wonderful German thing, just like the two of you. So, but I was trying to show specifically classical music teachers how Soundjack could work. So I thought, share it in the song. So yes, it's still on there. Make that go viral. All 14 of you who are watching. 14 people are watching.
Up, baby.
Woohoo! Boy, Germans must stay up late.
We need some more song suggestions. Come on, people.
Yep, more song suggestions. It's almost done. Yes. I know, that's what he said. So it happens, right? He's getting to it. He is one man, and he's got kids. You have twin daughters, right?
I have 3 daughters. So the oldest is 10, and the twins, in fact, they are 6 years old. Yeah. So it's quite busy here.
It's quite busy, and he's up past his bedtime. The kids are in bed.
They
I
are,
met your daughter Kala. We were talking. She was practicing her English with me.
Carla did that. Yes. Yeah.
She's a sweetheart. So
Yeah.
let's sing another song. Let's do the Katie Malua.
Oh,
Pacific
seriously?
Blue one.
Okay.
Yeah, we ready for that?
Do you mind me starting alone and then you come in?
You go right ahead.
Okay.
I take a short break. I don't know the song. I just listen, okay? Eh?
That's fine. I'm going to put you in the green room.
First of all must go. You're scanned upon my pillow. And then I say goodbye to your whispers in my dream. And then our lips will part in my mind and in my heart. 'Cause your kiss went deeper than my skin. Piece by piece is how I let go of your kiss. By kiss will leave my mind one at a time, one at a time.
First of all, Miss my dreams of you and I. There's no point in holding on to those. Then our ties will break for your and my own sake. Just remember, this is what you chose.
Piece by piece is how I let go of your kiss. By kiss will leave my mind one at a time, one at a time. I shed like skin are memories of lazy days, and fade away the shadow of your face. Piece by piece is how I let go of you. Kiss by kiss, relieve my mind one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Ooh, ooh,
I love that song. That is so cool. And I don't know, maybe next time I do it, I'll just have to call you up and say, oh, I'm here in this dive bar. Let me just call in my favorite bassist in Leipzig.
yeah, and I say, you know what? Carla is close to go to bed. Give me 5 minutes, all right?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah. We can see, you never have to leave home. You just gig
Yeah.
in your house from now on. Oh, good.
Okay,
you have
I'm
chat.
fine with that. That's good. Yeah.
Aren't we all? I mean, really. It's really okay. Good. Somebody says applause. All right, boys. I'm going to bounce back in, gentlemen. So, here is a song you have to make up. All right, so the phrase is measure the moments in milliseconds.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen Besson, for that suggestion.
Wow. Okay.
So, we can do this one at a time. This is only fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to improvise something using that phrase? Anybody?
I think Bernd wants.
Yeah, best. Yeah. I think you'll go for cologne. Cologne. Yeah? So, you do it like this. I'm going to demonstrate first. All right? So, I'm just going to play something. See. When I think about time passing by, I don't measure it in hours or days. That's too much time passing by. We only have this moment. Measure the moments in milliseconds. Measure the moments in milliseconds. Measure the moments in milliseconds.
And not in days.
Very good. That's it. Thank you, Karen, for that wonderful one. Okay, that's how it works. It's not that tough, right?
It's easy for you. It looks. It's not. It's not possible for me, but it's okay. I play. You play, and I play to it. Yeah.
Right, that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacked on sound jack.
Jacked on sound jack.
Okay.
Who wants to try that?
Jacked on sound jack. Totally jacked on sound jack. Jacked on sound jack. We need a second verse. Jacked on sound jack.
That's a fact, Jack. I'm Jack the Sound Jack. I plug in my Ethernet cable and I'm Jack the Sound Jack. I connect with people near and far, even at my favorite bar. I'm Jack the Sound Jack. Jack the Sound Jack.
Jacked on sound jack. That's what I say. And everybody says jacked on sound jack.
Jack the Sound Jack.
That's what you say.
Jack the Sound Jack. that you
You
needed
don't
a
have the
theme
song
song.
for your commercial.
Yeah, you're all set.
You're ready for it. You now have a slick song.
Tell Jamie Cullum I want a co-writing credit.
I will tell him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really important to me.
I could give him a call right now if you want. Okay. No.
Give him the speed dial.
Just
Okay.
wake him up in the middle of the night. He'll be happy.
All right,
I
one
okay.
more. David, keep delay stable with an E. This is a romantic song, clearly.
Yeah.
Keep delay stable with an Ethernet cable. All right, how are we going to do that one?
Keep the delay. Keep it stable.
Keep it stable
With an internet cable.
with an internet cable.
Keep the delay stable.
Stable
With an internet. With an Ethernet cable.
Same diff now.
Keep the day stable. With an Ethernet cable. Don't ever dare using a wireless network,
You're gonna hurt if you're wired.
'cause otherwise I tell you, you're gonna be screwed.
You're gonna be screwed.
And I don't seriously wanna be rude. Keep the delays stable with an Ethernet cable. Keep the delay stable with an Ethernet cable.
I don't know, Alex. I think we found another thing you're good at.
Nice way to set the table, Alex. Beautiful.
That was fun.
I try my very best.
See,
That's
it's
all I
fun.
do.
And it's nice that, yeah. Oh, David says, yes, he loves it. Good.
Good.
Thanks, David. Yeah. So that's what the fun stuff is with Soundjack, that you get to do stuff like that. And if I could figure out how to do it all in my house, I would. I mean, I do quite a lot. So.
I recommend that you set up more speakers. You know, have 4 or
Surround.
eight speakers. yeah?
Surround, yes.
And then you have Alex from one side, me from the other side,
Yeah.
and maybe some other people, a choir from the rear speakers. I do it in my rehearsal room, not here in my home.
But Bernd, you do not really need speakers for that. You can use that headphones as well.
Yeah, there is a possibility to
Yeah.
to have it with a multi-channel sound in headphones as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on between our ears.
Yeah, you only have 2 ears, but you can sense a circle with the 2 ears, even on
Oh, does
headphones.
this around? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel. Daniel says, what about the Brahms Wiegenlied?
I'm speaking. That was the
I
one,
wasn't
yeah.
on university, so I'm secure not to know Brahms. Das ist Wiegenlied, okay.
Brahms Wiegenlied.
Ah, okay. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Reglein besteckt, schlupf unter die Deck. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt.
I don't even know if I did it in the right key for you, but you just went for it. Thank
It
you.
was pretty high, but still okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good lullaby. Yeah.
Yes, considering it's almost 1 a.m. German
Yeah.
time. And I don't know if Daniel, if you're over there right now and you stayed awake, thank you so much if you did. He said we should do Hit the Road Jack.
Hit the road sound check. Yes.
Yeah, hit the road sound jack, and you come back again. Yeah, we can totally do that. So, this is the other fun thing. I love just like jam session stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, who knows this, who knows that? And that's always really fun to do. And this kind of streaming lends itself to that. So if you've been part of a group where somebody says, no, I won't play that, then you should get your butt online, because there's always somebody online who is willing to play something. And it's just finding what it is. It's kind of like Tinder for musicians in a weird way. So you can go to these different places and, swipe. And on SoundJack, there's a way to indicate who you are, what kind of things you like to play. So you can check out who is already on SoundJack and invite them to a jam session. There are places where you can meet kind of in a private room, so you can just sit and play. Teachers can have their own area where just their students come into the SoundJack room, so that way they can play or practice. So you've come up with a lot of wonderful ways for people to use the program. Alex, it's great. So we're just about
Couldn't
to
say
the
it
end of
better.
our
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. I know. See, I'm the evangelist. So
Yeah.
I like it so much I bought the company.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
And
that's
he
the
even
SoundJack.
and he even has a God mode in his programming.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yes,
So,
God.
yeah. Well, okay. Now I tell everybody. So the thing is, you have groups in Soundcheck, and now we have a group in order to stay among us. Nobody else can come in. You can alternatively go to the public stage, and then you would see anybody. It's like an open stage. And I have a special group nobody can join, which is called God. And God can see everybody, but nobody can see me. So just to let you know, whenever you think nobody sees you, I could probably if I want. Yeah, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't mind being seen. So let's play out one last song. What's that song? Should we do Hit the Road Jack? Have we done all of everything on our list?
I think it's not so hard.
Or we can take 5. No, we're still on.
We can.
Okay. All right. All right, there it is. Let's just take 5. Oh, wow. I'm not a saxophone player.
You're still doing good, great. Oh.
Not bad. Because we practiced that 0 times. So that's
0 times, that's true. Yeah.
That's right. That's also the other fun part, is that you can say, well, I'll get better if I practice. So yeah. So I want to thank everybody for staying up in Germany to watch. Thank you all everybody in the United States for watching, all of you for watching. Thank you to my guests, Alexandra CAROT and Bernd Kuhl. Greatly appreciated. Thank you always to my personal MC lawyer, Dan Chaka. Next week's guest is bluesman Heather Statham. She's live from Atlanta, so she'll be singing blues songs. So, you want to do a little bit of Hit the Road Jack on the way out? Do you know Hit the Road Jack? I know it. I'm in A flat or A minor. You want to be A minor?
Okay.
Dooby doop doop dooby doo doo.
You know it.
Doop doop baba ooh baba ooh baba ooh.
Hit the road, Jack, and won't you come back no more, no more, no more?